And a country cannot have two official names. A country can have only one official name. And the present official name of India is India. If you suddenly write without any prior information, Prime Minister of Bharat and President of Bharat, they are likely to think that it is a different country. I was surprised, I can't believe it. Because without amending the constitution, you cannot just write it. It is not a private kind of invitation or anything. It's an official invitation going out on behalf of the President of India. And then Article 52 says President of India, not President of Bharat. But then when you call a special session between two regular sessions, then you must disclose the purpose for which it is being called. Because the members of Parliament actually have a right to know exactly what the session is being called for.
Hello and welcome to the News Minute. A dinner invitation for the G20 summit referred President of India as President of Bharat. This has triggered speculation as well as intense debate across the country. To talk about this, I have with me the former Secretary General of Lok Sabha, PDT Achary, who is also a constitutional expert. Thank you so much for talking to us, sir. First, your thoughts on President of India being referred as President of Bharat.
Actually, Article 52 of the Constitution refers to the President as President of India. That is the official designation of the person who occupies that office. It is an office which is described as President of India. So that is the official name of the holder of that office, not President of Bharat. Unless the name India is changed to Bharat through a constitution amendment. Without that, it's not possible to write anywhere President as President of Bharat. Therefore, unless Article 52 is amended, they can't use this designation, President of Bharat, because people may not recognize it. For example, outsiders, they will be thoroughly confused about it. Because official name of India, of this country, is India. That is the official name. And till it is changed to Bharat, this name will continue. And a country cannot have two official names. A country can have only one official name. And the present official name of India is India. That is not Bharat.
This is the first time country is witnessing something like this. This is the first time President of India is being referred as President of Bharat. It has never happened before. So how do we process this? How do we understand what exactly has happened in this case?
Actually, as I said, without amending the constitution, the relevant articles of the constitution, namely Article 1, you cannot use these expressions. So the name of the republic is Republic of India. And nobody has been notified about the change. No country has been notified. After all, in the United Nations, this country's name is Republic of India, not Republic of Bharat. Naturally, if you suddenly write without any prior information, Prime Minister of Bharat and President of Bharat, they are likely to think that it is a different country. And therefore, naturally, they will ask others or ask Indians what exactly it means. Is it a different country or whether it is really India? So that kind of confusion will be there. And then you cannot use two names. As I said in the beginning, a country can have only one official name. Every country has one official name. And if you use both the names merely because the word Bharat is there in that Article 1, you can't do that. Because Article 1 simply means Article 1, where it is said India that is Bharat. It simply means India that is known as Bharat, and it has no other meaning. India that is known as Bharat. So it is a descriptive term in my view. It describes India. That is all. That is the only significance it has, and therefore the name of the country is only India, unless of course it is amended. I don't say that it cannot be amended. Parliament has the power to amend any part of the constitution except the basic structure, and the name is not a part of the basic structure. It can be changed.
So if it
But
has to be changed, yeah, go ahead, sir.
Until it is changed, the name of this country remains India.
If the union government wants to bring about this change, if they want to drop the name of India from the constitution, what is the procedure, and how does this how does this procedure take place?
The constitution can be amended by bringing a bill before the parliament and get it passed by a special majority. It has to be passed by a special majority by both the houses, and then it should be sent to the president, who will assent to it, and then it becomes effective. That is the procedure, and this procedure is of course well known. The only thing is that the people who are in charge of all this, they think that both the names can be used. That is where the problem arises.
Ever since this controversy broke out, people who support the ruling government, they say that the name Bharat is already there in the constitution, so it can be used in whatever manner the government wants to use. So what is the big problem? The government is not using a name that is not there in the constitution of India. Bharat is already mentioned. So how strong is this argument, sir?
No, I don't agree with that argument at all, because merely because that name is there, as I explained just now, India that is Bharat, it simply means India that is known as Bharat shall be a union of states. The official name of this country is India only. That is, Bharat is used there in this sense only. Otherwise, India or Bharat or something like that, would have been used. So India that is Bharat means only this. It can mean only this. That is. And of course, the choice is with them. They can either retain India, or India can be removed or replaced by Bharat. In that case, this confusion will not be there. But this present practice of using both the things is not advisable, because that will create a lot of confusion both nationally and internationally.
As far as the name Bharat is concerned, it's only mentioned once in Article 1 of the Indian Constitution. And apart from that, there is no reference to the term Bharat in the Constitution, in any part of the Constitution. Whereas in Hindi, it's mentioned as Bharat. So this is what, they say that it's already there in both English as well as in Hindi Constitution.
Yes, in Hindi it is Bharat. In the constitution it is Bharat. But there also it says Bharat Arthat India. When Bharat means India, that means there also India is the authentic term. Bharat Arthat India means Bharat means India. That means in the word India has authenticity. That is what this indicates. Therefore, name India is the authentic name of the country, the official name of the country. And if you want to change it, you can change it. There is no problem. But then until it is changed, India remains the name of this country. And therefore, you cannot write Republic of Bharat at the moment, unless the whole thing is amended.
At a time when India is hosting the G20 summit, the world leaders are arriving to the country, and we are here debating India or Bharat. Like you said, it's definitely going to create some kind of confusion. But were you surprised to see something like this, sir?
Yes, certainly. I was surprised. I can't believe it. Because without amending the constitution, you cannot just write it. It is not a private kind of invitation or anything. It's an official invitation going out on behalf of the President of India. And then Article 52 says President of India, not President of Bharat. So long as it remains as President of India, you cannot use any other word, any other name. You can't use President of Bharat or President of Bharat Varsha or President of Jambu Dweep or President of Aryavarta and things like that. Can't do that.
Right. And apart from that, sir, the government has also called for a special session of the parliament. The MPs are still unaware of what is the agenda of this special session. The opposition parties have written to the Prime Minister. In fact, they have appealed to the Prime Minister saying that the government should reveal their agenda for this particular special session. So, your thoughts on this? There is also a speculation that the One Nation, One Election bill will also be tabled in this parliament session.
Well, one nation, one election bill is not can't be ready now by now. Because only the committee has been set up and the committee, I don't know whether it has started sitting. But after that, the committee will give its report and only on the basis of that, the bill will be prepared. So it will take time. I don't think this session will be used for that. Now, so far as the non-disclosure of the agenda is concerned, well, that is a little surprising because they call it a special session. And whenever a special session, in fact, there is no place for a special session in the rules. Rules do not mention about any special session. Rules mention about a secret session or secret sitting of the House.
Okay.
That is there. But otherwise, it doesn't speak about a special session. But anyway, special sessions have been held earlier, but then the purpose was known. The purpose is disclosed. As soon as you decide to convene a session, the purpose of that is, special session. The purpose is disclosed. There are 3 regular sessions in a year: the monsoon session, the winter session, and the budget session and all that. So the year starts with the budget session, and then you will have a monsoon session, and the last session of a year is the winter session. That's how it is. And in between, if you want to hold a special session, well, the government is free to do that. In fact, it is the prerogative of the government to call a session of parliament. But then when you call a special session between 2 regular sessions, then you must disclose the purpose for which it is being called. Because the members of parliament actually have a right to know exactly what the session is being called for. Here, it is actually very surprising that nobody knows about. Nobody knows the purpose of it. Members of parliament, summonses have been issued. Normally, the normal practice is, along with the summons, all the necessary papers are sent to the members for their information about the question hour and about the other things and about legislative work, what legislations are going to be introduced and things like that. So that members of parliament, get ready.
They have time to prepare.
They have time to prepare and all that. After all, the House means the members of parliament. House is meeting for their purpose. They have to contribute and they have to participate in the discussion. So naturally, they should be informed about the purpose. That is, members of parliament cannot be kept in the dark. That is it. But this, in the case of this particular session, is going to be held. I find that no information has been given about the business that will be transacted in this session and so on. That is not the practice, or that cannot be the practice. In fact, there used to be emergency sessions earlier. Emergency sessions were held before independence. In fact, in 1942, an emergency session was held by the Central Legislative Assembly. And then the purpose was disclosed, emergency session. That was to discuss the war situation.
Yeah, extraordinary
And
situation.
situation. And then one emergency session was called to discuss the Quit India movement
Hmm.
um, and civil disobedience movement launched by the Congress party. So all such sessions, and even in the during the Constituent Assembly days, in fact, they had held a special sitting or secret sitting, of course, secret sitting to discuss the uh, demonetization and so on. So this kind of thing is, but the purpose is always disclosed. This is perhaps the first time when the purpose of the session has not been disclosed. So they have kept it a 17 days secrecy or a 17 days secrecy. So after 17 days, it has to be disclosed. On 18th, the House is meeting, and naturally on 18th, the secrecy will go.
Hmm.
So what purpose can be achieved during these 17 days of secrecy? I do not. It baffles me.
Can we assume that the government wants to, spring a surprise on the opposition? They don't want to give time to the opposition parties to formulate a strategy, to come prepared with their agenda has been called in. So the government may think that they want to catch them off guard, and they want to spring a surprise.
No, no. Parliament is not a place where you should bring a surprise on the members. So far as business is concerned, business must be known to the members so that they get ready. So that is the practice, and that should be the practice. There is no point in bringing a surprise on the members. Here, I do not know. Of course, every government has its own strategy, legislative strategy,
Hmm.
and they have the liberty, they have the freedom, and they have the prerogative to devise their own strategy. That happens all the time, and the opposition also will devise their strategy. But the basic fact should be known to the country, and the members of parliament, and all the other stakeholders. That is.
Sir, so is this a worrying factor, because you're saying that this is the first time you're hearing something like this, that a parliament session has been called in, a special session has been called in, and the legislative agenda has not been spelt out?
Well, this secrecy, according to me, serves no purpose. Parliament is not a secret place or anything. It is an open, it's a public place. Whatever happens in the parliament is known to the public. The whole public can see it, watch it now. That is it. It's not a secret kind of chamber or something. So certainly things should be known to the public. But in the government strategy, that they may not disclose. There is no need for disclosing government strategy as if strategy is disclosed, it ceases to be a strategy.
Hmm.
That apart, the basic information about the purpose of the meeting should be known to the members, because after all, the House depends on the members. House consists of members. It is for their purpose that the whole strategy is being worked out. Therefore, to keep the members in the dark, is not a proper strategy.
Also, apart from this, there is also another speculation. This is something that has been claimed by noted advocate Prashant Bhushan, who says that the government wants to move a proposal on the floor of the House during the special session, where they want to extend the term of three states, particularly that are going to polls in November. Is that something possible? Can the government do something like this?
No. This can be done only when there is an emergency. The Constitution very clearly says that the tenure of the assemblies or parliament can be extended by 1 year at a time only when there is an emergency, internal emergency is in operation. Otherwise, you can't do that. Assemblies have a tenure of 5 years. Of course, you can dissolve it earlier, but dissolution of an assembly can be done only by the state government. It is their prerogative because we have a federal system here. In a federal country, the right to dissolve an assembly is that the government of the state, not of the center. Center cannot direct the states to dissolve their assembly. Center intervenes only when there is the breakdown of the constitutional machinery. Only then. Otherwise, they have no right to do that. So I don't think the term of the assembly can be extended. So as soon as their term ends, the assemblies will go and the government also will go. Government cannot exist after that. Then the president rule will have to be imposed. That can be. President's rule can be imposed. And then within 6 months, election can be. That's how it.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much for talking to us and sharing your thoughts and views. We will also be closely following the developments and the proceedings of the special session that has been called by the union government. And for our viewers, if you want us to continue the work that we do support us by becoming a member of the News Minute and support independent journalism. Thank you.